DC's turn to ban.
One more series.
Radiant team ban.
Just wait.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to pack. Radiant team.
Well, hello, beautiful Dota people of the world. Welcome on back inside the Beyond the Summit Hot Tub TI machine. We're actually getting down to the back end of this hub. I'm so sad it's already almost over. Are you sad, Jack?
It's not entirely almost over. We still got China's games.
This guy had to think about it. He should have just said, I'm devastated. Anyways, yeah, China matters, I guess.
I am devastated. It's been a lot of fun. Just being here with everybody, seeing people just go around the clock. Like, you come in and some people, you know, with this whole sleep thing, like, people, the filters are gone and people say some crazy stuff.
Yep.
We're playing all kinds of different games here and watching some Dota, talking about Reach. It's great. It's actually quite an awesome experience.
It's exciting. It feels good to actually be with the persons who know the Dota. You can talk about Dota, like the good Dota. Unlike me at home, I have friends who are 2 and 3K, and they know everything, of course.
Of course.
So
10 seconds
it's good to be here.
It's good to be here in this group, because then you look really smart.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but it's not hard to look the smartest in the group, and the rest of the group look
probably why you like
that.
Yeah, it's probably why you like to cast American Dota a lot.
Sure. Wait, is he insulting us? I can't tell.
I think he's saying that we're not that good, Grant.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is...
All I know is
you know what they say? If you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room.
That's a good saying.
How's that a good
I'm
thing?
never in a good room.
Look, all I know is that
I'm always in the right room.
changes his shirt. That's all I know right now.
Yeah, I'm sweating a lot.
Not really
I've
able
been
to
sick for the
process
past
anything else.
5 days, but still, it's very enjoyable to be
Still a
here.
V-neck. You had that little bit of Europe in there, so.
Well,
All right. Yep, we're here. Grant, don't worry.
Yep.
All right. It's game number 2. The draft is underway. Digital Chaos versus Team Freedom.
and already a little bit of change from Team Freedom. They go for, I think, a little less aggressive on that 4 roll in the Nyx Assassin, who we haven't actually seen too much of. I mean, we see way more Sand King as well as Night Stalker.
They first picked him this time instead of Night Stalker, which they had last time. I think that this is still, this is like a more versatile pick in some ways. I mean, again, like you still mostly see him as a 4 instead of a 3, but
you could.
Rather than the Night Stalker, like I feel like he does well against a number of heroes, just on the basis like against AoE. Like I feel like he scales better. The Night Stalker, you're relying on that vision at some point in the strong early game, but Nyx just overall throughout the game seems to have a better overall impact. So, I like this Nyx pick.
Yep, and I think, I mean, Nyx provides a different type of vision, right? And it commits DC to actually buying a gem, buying sentries or something to stop those ganks. So you're still getting vision from that Invis hero. And then Sand King on the defensive Dazzle, we saw it work out great for DC, even with Dubu. I mean, he threw away his life a lot, but it was for the greater good of the team, like that gank top. Dubu died, and then they got wiped because his team did great. And there we go, the first pick Enigma. They're not going to let it get banned out. It was banned first last time.
Yeah, you always know how I talk shit about Bane and Venomancer.
Yeah.
Enigma is one of my favorite picks. This is what I like to see.
Yeah.
One of the strongest actually.
Enigma's super hype.
It's super hype. It's super. It's not easy to play. It is easier.
I mean,
right
it's
now
just
than it was
straightforward.
before.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not easy, but it's very straightforward on what you're wanting to get this Enigma to do in this game.
Yeah, and right during like TI2 and TI3, it was all about hitting big black holes and stuff. Nowadays, it's about controlling a lane, getting mech, pushing as a team, not necessarily just.
You don't get a
hitting
mech on
black
Enigma.
hole. What?
You don't get the mech on Enigma.
10 seconds
I've seen
remaining.
Guardian Greaves on him during this tournament. I mean, it depends on the hero. If they don't have
It's
anyone else to
really,
get it.
There's a lot of
questionable
mech
item.
blink BKB, but I think there are 2 fights. Just taking it back a little bit. There are 2 fights last game that are really emblematic of how DC has played. I really enjoyed that aspect of watching DC. You had like the fights where like they charged past the tier 2 into the 4-man disruptor ult, or like the issues, the struggles they had in lane for a little bit, and then you have just moments of brilliance. Like you're just thinking back to that fight top where the two teams were smoked. It's like, well, CCNC was out ahead because he thought it was a rout, right? He thought that Freedom was just running rather DC was just running for their lives in all different directions. And most teams would have done that, I think, like if the smoke had failed or Dubu had died, they would have just started TPing, and then CCNC can fearlessly go and find someone. Instead, they spread out into a trap. Like it was just incredible they made a play like that. So I really enjoyed watching DC because we've said they're kind of like a very Jekyll and Hyde team in some ways, right? Like whether it's the day that's happening or even within the same day, just playing very different forms. I think it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Remaining.
So DC started banning out TA Ember. Lina went completely unbanned and unpicked last game. Obviously, Freedom sees something they don't like in the Lina, or they would be picking it up. And I mean, DC's just first picking a puck.
Well, if you think about it, about the last game,
Lina.
if they had Lina instead of Storm Spirit,
DC's
they would
turn
put
to
more
pick.
pressure on a mid lane, and they would have better hero to combo with, and she can build that Yule Scepter that was needed.
Well, they're going to have her now.
I still don't think they were outdrafted in the previous game. They just didn't play well. Few mistakes, and they managed to let DC get the upper hand in the late game. That Roche fight changes pretty much everything.
Yeah, I think me and Jack just thought they were outdrafted when they
Reserve
picked
time.
the Troll instead of a Sven or a Lycan even. I think
It
besides
made
that, they were
made
fine.
things harder.
Yeah, it made things harder. They
Yeah.
could still do it.
They had to recognize kind of the limitations of their lineup, right? Like the Storm pickoffs on Dubu, good. The forced like 5-man fights when they didn't have enough damage or hadn't scaled, or say Storm didn't have BKB to survive like the counter initiation, bad. So but yeah, you mentioned Lina. I agree with that point you just made, Lacoste, because the damage output from this hero is very high, higher than usually the Storm. Not just being able to single target burst, but having the AOE stun as well and the synergy. So I do think it would have been a better fit last game too. And the way CCNC plays him, he scales him very well into like a right clicker that also, I guess she doesn't have attack speed problems, but it also synergizes with the troll too.
With a troll, that's what I just wanted to say. With a troll ulti and level 3, level 4 passive, it looked like she's pissing fire.
She becomes the Gatling gun, basically. Yeah.
So you have two of your cores already on DC, which is rare in the first two picks. You have your off lane and your middle lane pretty much. And
Team pick.
well, DC Slaughter, they're the only team who's pretty much picking it now. I mean, it has extremely good mobility early game, probably the best of the 4 roamers. When you get Tranquils, you have the sprint. It's really good, but it kind of fell off, but now, I mean, DC's having a good day. They're just going to keep picking it up.
10
and
seconds
it
remaining.
outroams the Nyx a lot early game, I think levels 1 through 3.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
saw that run earlier.
about Nyx Assassin, it always feels like you're not gonna hit
Reserve
that stun.
time.
Even though you have boots, it always feels like it's too short.
It's got to be one of the harder stuns to land in the
Yeah.
game. That Lesh is also a real pain in the ass to try to connect with.
That's why I think CCNC loves whenever Flea has Sand King and he's on Lina, because he knows he's always going to hit the stun. It's a lot easier with Nyx. With Lina, you want to kind of like preemptively do the stun where you know Sand King is stunning. With Nyx, if the hero moves left or right, you're just going to miss both the stuns at that point. It's really tough.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they go for the Slaughter regardless of the Lifestealer
There
being
we
banned
go.
out. There's that
DC's
Legion Commander
turn
coming out,
to
the first
pick.
one of the day?
Okay,
No.
Of any.
I think I mentioned this once. They still don't have a counter to Enigma BKB Black Hole, but if you have to adapt, you can go for Ether Lens on Legion Commander once you
seconds
get a good
remaining.
farm, let's say BKB, and after that, so you go and you can actually
5
duel the
seconds
Enigma.
remaining.
It gives you the extra range. That's a next level for you,
Reserve
maybe.
time.
That's like Matt. That's like a fun little mad scientist
I don't
kind
think
of a theory.
I don't think any of these legions have like gotten more farm than a Blink and a Blade Mill. It'd be interesting to see though. I'm glad they not finally give him Playmaker. It's only been one game. It feels like
10
more already,
seconds
but
remaining.
They could
I'm-
still
I
pull
like
out
it.
the core Vengeful Spirit
oh,
and have
not
that way to
anymore.
cancel out the Enigma,
Radiant
and then a
team
Bristleback comes out.
Bristle after Legion.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's interesting. I mean, Bristle's obviously
It's
always
not,
going to
it's
be
not
good.
like it's super counter to Bristle, but he turns him around.
Yep.
But
Exactly.
It simply turns him around.
Yeah,
The
180.
ultra weakness.
180.
10 seconds remaining.
And now so you have the Lina, who's super good early, super good late. You have
5
Legion, who can
seconds
scale. You need a Yawar hero. Actually, that's already the Mason hero, so...
Reserve time.
I mean, you're pretty much uncounterable now for Yawar's hero. What do you pick?
DC's
Right, there's already the 3
turn
cores
to
out from
ban.
DC. There's not really a support that's going to counter Yawar's hero.
I think the overall game plan for DC is interesting. It's a little bit different. This look is something that NP and some other
10
teams have run where they
seconds
have
remaining.
obviously like the cores being able to push out lanes and stuff, but like a super
5
tanky core
seconds
and some kind of
remaining.
like counter initiation or big ult behind it. So if they get to this game state where the Bristleback is just at the front pushing and you have to
DC's
fight
turn
into
to
him,
pick.
and you know that there's like a Puck, Enigma, Starter behind him, that it becomes very difficult. So for DC, it's a bit of a change of... I think this kind of goes back to one of the keys we talked about. Not so much the speed itself, but like they need to have this game under control. It can't be like
10
one of those like
seconds
crazy wild
remaining.
games where they're taking fights all over the place. But if it goes into that kind of game, I
5
think it'd be good for
seconds
DC.
remaining.
What about little boner, Fletcher?
Yeah, I've seen
Possibly for
Yawar
freedom.
play it.
Reserve time.
I guess
5
first Corrosive
seconds
Haze
remaining.
obviously is one of those major things. You're always going to have
Crystal
vision on him
Maiden.
if that Slardar gets a blink. And man,
Radiant
Crystal Maiden
team
being
pick.
last pick now in these games. And
Haven't seen her in a
That's
while,
nice.
but they
That's
get
really
the extra mana for everybody.
yeah,
Which
for
is gonna
Bristle
be
and
nice.
Puck especially, those heroes
Yeah.
love that early game. Even Enigma, if he doesn't have his early mana boots, which he should get, but that extra regen, and now
10
Is it
seconds
anti-mage
remaining.
time?
Black Hole
Mage
and
isn't
Freezing
bad
Field
here.
also, something
5
Tsunami was not
seconds
able to do
remaining.
in their show match game, but something that maybe,
5 seconds
Dubu will be able to.
remaining.
That's more in the counter initiation front,
Whoa.
right? If you go on the Bristle and you have the CM right behind with the
Well,
freezing field.
they have a
Huh.
counter for a black hole there.
Yep, Stone Gaze. Stone Gaze looks good. Yeah. Check.
So Medusa for Yawar at the end. The ultra late gamer.
I'm still thinking, like, they still don't really have that counter for Briss. I mean, obviously, people like Legion, like Lacoste said, it turns around, but I mean, when he's 6 slot and super tanky, he doesn't really care. I mean, back facing,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
great, but he's still.
Well,
They
what
have to
about
blow him up with like all of Lina, and then what the rest of the team around him is gonna. I mean, they're gonna enable Mason this game, I think, again.
What
This
ab-
is an I like the. Go ahead.
No,
ahead.
you go
10
go
seconds
first.
remaining.
All right, the Stone Gaze is really interesting here because if you talk about the counter initiation,
5
if you do
seconds
that into the
remaining.
Stone Gaze, obviously it'll end those spells, including if you get it off just before the black hole. But also with his face turned in say a Legion Commander duel, he's guaranteed to be Stone Gaze, and then he's just gonna get he's gonna eat a lot of physical
That is
damage to the
true,
face, and that they don't really have that kind of a save for him in that way. So that might be something to watch out for. The cost?
Check, that's genius.
Yeah,
Lacoste?
there's not much
Lacoste?
burst on the side of Team Freedom, even if that Bristleback is, as you mentioned, turned around. Like Medusa needs to have a lot of items. They have Laguna, Dazzle doesn't provide much damage, neither does Nyx Assassin. We'll see how that works. Yeah.
Oh, that is ugly hair on Dubu.
I wanted to actually say something else. Now I don't even know what I wanted to say, but still, maybe I'll.
We'll remind you, Lacoste.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to bring it back.
Yeah, then you can sound smart.
So whose draft do you guys like coming out of the gate?
It's hard to say. I like the uniqueness. I like Freedom's lineup with the Medusa, and you mentioned the synergy between the Stone Gaze and the potential great counterfight potential,
Prepare
but
for battle.
will this Enigma be able to just be a huge force in the later game, and will they have much to be able to stop him is the other thing. I don't know. I'm a bit torn, but I feel natural to side with DC on this for me.
Yep, and Slardar did run into the Nyx Assassin. They both ran into each other. They saw each other in the Radiant Jungle. Meanwhile, it was like 2 quick heroes bottom and then 1 hero top by Dubu. And uh-oh, Snake King does need to be careful. Could just get chased down. Snake King's a little far away. Luckily, Lina is here. Gonna be able to stop that. Now look at the same way around. Dubu's getting right-clicked by Snake King. And they have 3 heroes up here, so they're gonna obviously win this on the Radiant unless someone else wants to come from Dire, which Bulba is doing.
They wish they timed that better
Yeah.
when they had Lina and the Legion
30
Commander
seconds to
coming
battle.
from the other side,
Yeah, but
just baiting with a Dazzle.
yeah, I think Stan King was like still trying to counter out a smoke, which might have already worn out if they just waited for Snake King to come from the back, Lina from the front. So what do you do with the Nyx? Like, Nyx's stun at level 1 did get buffed a little bit, but it still feels super weak. Like, you have to get levels somewhere while not being that useful. Like, what do you do with him? Do you just sit
He's
middle?
gonna be on the mid.
Yeah, he's at number 2 to the mid lane.
Yeah, it feels like he's very unlikely to kill the puck, I think, unless the puck makes a big mistake. So.
But he could just right-click him down, you know, harass, get some time
He
up
can
for him.
also either duel or just go put pressure on the Crystal Maiden. We've seen that effectively, I think, just yesterday. Like, steal some creeps, take last hits to stop her from getting XP, cancel clarities potentially, because she's not going to get a move speed item early on. She's moving at 285, and she certainly can't fight the Nyx. So, even that would help, I think, just in terms of the aura, in terms of keeping the Maiden behind a little bit.
Yeah, one thing I noticed when Snaking is playing golf lane with a hero that needs to get a poor man's shield, they give him the rune. Actually, the mid one, the CCNC doesn't get the rune.
Yep. Yeah, they did do that yesterday, and they do it again, so he's a lot tankier, especially versus those quills, and look at, Snake.
Well, he has to deliver the clarity, basically, if he gets the rune, right? I mean, not the clarity, the self.
This is a bit of an awkward spot for Snake King. There's 2 forms of lockdown here.
He can't really die with the 4-man shield, but they can do a ton of damage.
Oh, they
I'm
did
pretty
both
sure.
at once, it looks like.
He can just overwhelming odds and run away. Doesn't want to commit it, though. Good, in middle lane, like you said, dual lane, but Abed, he's doing just fine. 4-0 versus 5-3. CCNC still only level 1 because of that leech from the Nyx.
Yeah, because it's hard to land a stun, and mana burn level 1 does so much more.
Yeah.
Puck is gonna be out of mana. 1 more mana burn, and the Nyx assassin is gone from the lane.
There you go. Pop that clarity. So where does he go now? It looks like he's gonna head up top to try to help.
He can't do
Stanley.
anything on bottom. He just, because the lane is pushed, so Stanking will just continue to pull the creep waves. They don't have any kill potential on that Enigma. Enigma's gonna have a good time.
It looks like Snake King might be in a little trouble. He's so tanky, but the quills, look at those 3 stacks up, even if it's just level 1. Stacks up nicely, man. That looked pretty easy for Dire. Like, Snake King is just up there farming and dies.
What they could do is maybe swap, and maybe it could have been better if they started with it. Just Legion with the Dazzle on bottom. You're not gonna harass Enigma anyway, and just let the Nyx Assassin pull on the bottom lane.
Levels that way, yeah. I'm actually surprised they're not doing just pulling it all bottom right now.
Yeah, they could even straight up duo if they wanted to, right? I don't think the Medusa is under any threat of dying from the Enigma.
Here comes
here we
Bulba.
go. Yep, stun comes in. Stand King is invis though. He's gonna throw out that level 1 poison. He has a heal too. They want to get this kill. I don't believe he has stun, but they're gonna get him anyways because that 2-0-1 build is so much damage from Lina. It's like more than doing the 1-1-1 even with that stun. And there we go. Invis rune for Stand King and invis rune for Dazzle gets him the kill. Who'd have thought? It's nice. Stack the ancients here. Both teams have ancient takers. That'll be interesting to see, because they both have it if one team wants to go steal the other teams.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
hard. Bristleback kills those stacks early on. Medusa will not
Little
have
later.
split shot until level, what, 12, 13 max, so she can't take the stacks and doesn't have enough damage to do it.
Yeah, and with the quills, like, because of the dire radiant difference, the Bristleback is able to hit multiple camps plus the ancient stack at the same time, depending on where he's positioned, in both, like, triangular areas with 3 camps. That's something that the Medusa can't really do at all on the radiant. So, actually, I mean, I feel like NP, for instance, already seems to favor Dire a lot, and when they have Bristle and Medusa, like, that just adds to their efficiency, right?
Yeah, because they have I who pretty much stacks all the time, and they always have those heroes, Medusa, Sven, they can clear the stacks, even Bristleback.
Middle lane. Oh, I think that was a miss uphill on Abed actually. Tried to hit that salve off, couldn't quite get in. Lee, not a threat to Mason, but he's a threat to stealing this last hit, and the creep actually gets it, the Radiant creep. One little guy steals the big Satyr.
You ever see that video with that Radiant creep? I forget what the name they gave him, but he's just like a part of like everything. I forget. You have to know what I'm talking
Have
about.
you guys
right?
ever seen Power Rangers, Jack? What are you saying?
There's a clip of this Radiant Creep. It's like a first-person perspective, and he makes this heroic journey. Like he's a part
I
of
know what
like
you're talking about.
he's a part of like 3 kills and like a
Yeah.
Raxing, right? You know what I'm talking about? Right?
Yeah,
kind
It's like the Odyssey
recall
for this
it,
guy.
yeah.
That was when you said that. That just reminded me that lone heroic creep.
I've seen old Cardi. It's not that one though, but I know
It's
which one
not-
you're talking about. Yeah. Uh-oh, here we go. Rotation in, but Flea is gonna take this gank, and he's like, all right, not even gonna tank it. He's just gonna scout it fully out.
I have seen Power Rangers.
Smoke breaker.
My bad.
If you want to watch Power Rangers, watch the old movies and the series.
Uh-oh,
And if
we
you
have a
want to
little
watch
trouble for-
someone die,
It won't be Stan King.
it's not going to be Stan King
I
because
thought you
he
were gonna
has
say
lived.
watch J4 because he's at TI.
Yeah, that's one of the Power Rangers.
That's a good one. I can't believe he just lived there. He lived with 5 HP, a perfect stun by Flea.
Oh, bottom lane. They might actually get the kill. What level is Enigma? Level 5? He might die.
Oh,
Frostbite
drained all
and he
his
should be
mana.
dead.
Yo, they
Oh!
max range Snake on Forev and Bulba. They're doing so much damage, but he has that mana shield. And
Dire's
oh,
bottom
that's
tower is
Snake.
under
That's
attack.
Snake.
That snake bounce just single-handedly gave him enough on his shield to survive.
That and I mean,
What a
Bulba
play.
couldn't commit, right? He tanked like 400 HP. It's level 3.
Yeah, let's hit the showers, boys.
Let's hit it. Good game, everyone. And they could go right back for it if they want. I don't think they have a smoke screen up the middle.
Jack's top lane.
Oh,
Top,
smoke.
it's on Mason. Can they get it? Yes, they will.
Jack really loves snakes. Venomancer, Rasta, this slithering guy. Also, the way you talk about Sand King's tail,
Oh, he has
venomous
the ward.
tail. Huh? Mystic Snake from Medusa. Always that smile on your face.
You're on to me, Lacoste. I like the other thing I like about the
Whoa, what is CCMP doing? He kind of dodged back into that. I mean, Stan King's here, but this is going to be rough. He's
No
not
grave,
even level
though.
4. Yeah, doesn't have great, but
They don't
have
know
smoke.
it.
Here's Flea.
Oppa,
Oh, he
Ravage,
hits it.
1-1.
That was still on a hasted puck. He hits it. No one's going to die again, which is good for the Radiant, even though they did commit 4 heroes here. That was a big kill top, and Flea's level 4. He found the levels he needed. Just like that shrine. Man, Team Freedom's living with like 5 HP on every single game. CCNC, that was... I don't know why he right-clicked the Slarder when he was on top of the hill when he saw Puck was gonna get that rune. Could have been real bad.
So
for
much
him.
shrine action.
It really is.
Can't even handle it right now.
Look at Snake King, almost level 6 already. Mason is. That stun comes up. They need to be careful. The 2 supports rotating on through.
Bulba's been moving around so much, he's still level 2.5 this game. Gonna have to eventually find some time to just, you know, be selfish, but here he finds an opening to make a move on the Snake King. A stun comes out from Flea. Is it gonna be enough for a save? No, Snake King will end up going.
I think right when they saw he went on him, Stan King had to immediately TP, but maybe he didn't have enough gold, didn't have it up. It would have been rough either way.
It feels like that's been happening to Bulba a lot, where he gets like really underleveled. Like they don't get that many kills, and he gets a bit underleveled. As contrast that with like AUI on the force, where he just he's like level 6 at 9 minutes with like 2 kills like persistently, right?
If you want to play good position 4, watch AUI.
For sure.
Oh, that Medusa is actually struggling on bottom. Enigma harassing him or her a lot. He has no mana, he should bring some clarity.
Oh, and a kind of gank bottom by CCNC.
This'll come in handy.
He's just showing up. I mean, I think he was going for the rune. Maybe he thought if he went up the hill, he's like, well, I could get a kill. Gets the rune, and he gets the rune on the way back.
Bulba, deep ward
Radiant's
down
middle
here.
tower is
Deep
under
level
attack.
2.
Deep level 2 ward.
And look at, yeah, like you said, he's almost level 3. Uh-oh, they're going to get a coil in on him. Snake King's here, he's going to press that attack. I think he should have broke the coil.
Should have waited,
maybe?
but still it's good.
Oh my goodness, Abed can't even pick him up, and look at this, Snake King is just chunking him as that extra 10 damage now. Yeah, he should have waited for the coil to break and then...
Either for
press the
coil to
attack.
break or just Slardar to stun.
But it worked, so...
It worked?
Yeah, but it worked.
Dire's middle
Did it
tower
work?
is under
It,
attack.
I believe it worked barely.
Okay.
Check the dual victory there. Yeah, it worked.
It worked. They got it. Give him that 10.
Can I check him real quick? Okay, it worked.
It worked. Ooh, and Abed needs to be careful. That overwhelming odds could have done a ton of damage, but...
It's level 2 only.
Yeah, it is. Not that he doesn't really know that, though.
Yeah,
Could have done a lot.
if you don't know, it doesn't really do much more damage if you don't
True.
know that.
But you never know. Nyx could have ran in
Surprised
from
them
the
with
back.
level 2.
Yeah, I thought it was 2-1-2, and oh, okay. Here we go, Yawar. Aggressive TB by Forev. He has his Midas now, right?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. The
something
cost
to
is
know.
like the Tinker Rockets, right?
Yeah, you know.
It's like, wait, what? He just finished me off with these rockets. He has no points in March? Like, what's going on?
Still, so first successful duel. Uh-oh, he tried to bait it out with Quills, and like we said, these stuns are way harder to hit than Sand King Lina and even Slardar Lina. Well, like I said, you guys take credit for that. So, I mean, it's Freedom's up 3-2 kills. They're up 1,000 or less right now. Do you still think they're doing enough? Because it feels like Bristol, I mean, Medusa's obviously really good late game, but Bristol is super good in the mid.
Yeah, but look at Forev on bottom lane. Yeah. Level 9, 10 minutes in.
He's owning.
Midas ready.
Midas to blink.
Yep.
Notice no mech.
Yep.
Weird, huh?
Who is good at, I mean, I feel like a mech is really good on DC because they want to fight that like middle game time, but no one's really going to be getting it.
Unless we have Darkseers in the game, I just don't see many mechs anymore.
True.
Mech is
It's
so
really good.
costly.
It is.
I mean,
Lot
the
of mana, a lot of money.
cooldown on it is so big. That's why it was nerfed long ago and still stayed the same for a while.
Maybe if they felt that they had like an early game timing, we would
Yeah,
see
they
it. but-
can. Yeah, if they have a timing, they feel like they can just run them over.
Ooh, and here
They
we go.
can go for
But
it.
between Legion, Medusa, and Lina, like there's so much like wave clear and just.
Quiet Jack, we got a gank moving in. They're going to set up a frostbite. Snake King trying to purge it off, but they're making too many moves, and he's going to go down. Fleece trying to hide within the trees, but they have
Sentry wall.
spotted him. They have a sentry down, but he's able to walk out of the rage. Then back in, then back out. All right, they step back out, and now that CCNC and Stan King and more are showing up, this is when DC will pull away. But a successful gank on Snake King.
Is that tower deniable, the Radiant top?
No.
one? Sorry. Not okay.
Sorry, Jack, I didn't mean to tell you to shut up.
Yeah, you talk a lot.
Yeah, that's
Jack.
Grant's
Sometimes
job.
you just gotta get out of here.
There you go.
And well, at least with that 4-man gank from the Dire, Bulba finally gets a lane to himself middle, so gotta get some levels. He's still only 4.5, about to be 5. Lina, getting some farm. What are the ancient stacks looking like on both sides?
We got one stack right here, a nothing
0,
over there, a little bit of
1,
something right there, and a
and
little
1.
bit of something right there.
Okay, so nothing too big.
1,
I'm surprised
1,
they
1.
don't have more for Bristle. But they're moving around the map so much. Uh-oh. CCNC needs to be a little careful.
When Bristol gets a pipe, they have no damage, no right-click damage
Yeah,
at
at
all
all.
for Team Freedom.
Huck, we haven't seen too much movement out. That was a nice gank top. I feel, like we said, after they hit that kill, they need to make something happen. They couldn't even take the top tower, though. Stan King just...
Oh, they're making a move on for it.
Here we go.
Oh, he's able to turn and get the Midnight Pulse, but the follow-up stun is there, and then the duel. And that will earn Snake King an extra 10 damage, putting him up to 20, and he's able to fight right back after that pick off in the top lane.
Medusa will need to build as much items as possible, the early ones, so they can actually fight, and because they really don't have much damage, they should just try to evade fights. It will eventually come to that one point where Enigma has BKB, Black Hole, and Blink, and Bristol is gonna be so huge.
And it's
be
pretty much
hard.
all on Medusa
Yeah.
to hit ulti, yeah. And if she doesn't, you're gonna get wiped at that point. If she doesn't have ulti up when he has BKB hole, it's gonna be a real problem.
Until that point happens, Freedom do have a lot of potential to find tempo, like just around their cooldowns, basically combo Legion.
Nyx Legion combo is really good.
Or
Yeah,
Nyx there as
getting
well.
close to that Blink Dagger on Legion.
CCNC.
There's
down
the
a level
2,
on
3,
Puck.
4 that you mentioned last time, Grant, like the positions and kind of setting the base.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit almost like those IG teams of a few months ago.
Yeah, when they used to run Vengela too, especially.
What are we talking about? 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Just those positions on the team, like setting the pace, using their tempo to find kills each time they have the cooldowns. Where you have like a defensive support and you have like a boss carry who's gonna get the majority of the farm, and then you just go around taking one kill at a time on cooldowns,
Yeah,
so you
which-
have an edge to get the team fights.
Yeah, like mostly like Nyx Legion this game. If those two are together, you just smoke them with Nyx in front. It's a lot of easy kills, especially maybe on that Enigma. If he lays down the aggressive Midnight Pulse,
there it is.
just Carapace, and they're going. Oh my
Oh
goodness!
man, they have found the mother load.
You're not even gonna wait for the dual damage on that one. That was too juicy to pass
Yeah,
up.
really
Can't miss the next stun when he's been running.
Hey, we'll duel this one.
See ya. And wow, they're gonna be able to. What level is the split shot on Yawar?
No,
Zero.
Zero.
This might be tough to take, guys. Let's get out of here. We have nothing actually. We have Snake.
Did Boba come over to investigate the wreckage or something? I'm not really sure, but wow, that is unfortunate for them.
Yeah, that was because I mean your Bristle died, which is bad, but you're like, oh well, at least there's a little less late game. Snake King's not getting that plus damage.
Bulba, Uranus Investigator.
And he, oh my goodness, Legion at 2.6k. He got so much from that kill. He's like, oh, blink plus a little extra. And that's a decent blink timing, 15 minutes. He has the phase boots as
Yeah,
well.
but they have a blink dagger on Enigma. They want to
back.
take a fight right now.
Yeah, Bulba's trying to creep in from the side.
You are skilled ult, right? I thought I saw when you clicked on him. Some don't. Or Envy didn't skill till 13, I remember. So
Yeah,
I
1
guess
point
versus
is
Enigma,
valuable. You don't need to have more than 1 point until you max out split shot.
Yeah, oh, and it's gonna be a tough push. Last game we saw the defensive ults by not Stan King, Dubu were so good, and right here, Yawar has way too much armor to go on.
There is a 1 sense ward on the left side, but they don't have anything on the right one. Flea is providing so much info.
He hasn't walked in yet. Oh, he makes his move in now while Abed's running up. Finds Snaking on the side, trying to make their move in. Yawar's going to be forced to pop out the Snow Gaze to defend him. Coil going to get dropped. Nicely done from Abed to prevent Snaking from trying to run in and duel anybody. He's first to go around in circles. The freezing field is there, and then the Black Hole follow-up is also going to be on the mark. But then CCNC strikes him down with the Laguna to quickly finish off for Rev. Bulba somehow living, hiding within the trees and makes it away. Yawar could be under pressure next, as Stanking is super low. Abed jumps in, just barely missed the rift. Snaking steps back, gets off another weave, and will somehow survive.
It could have been a lot worse for
Oh,
Team
yeah.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Legion Commander just sitting there.
Couldn't do anything.
You had Nyx Assassin who was successfully scouting. He just went there into 3 heroes.
Yeah, that was definitely odd on Snake.
Also a little bit of premature Medusa ulti, so Enigma just went away from it. They had no vision of Enigma, so he could do a successful Black Hole.
You like Nyx's skill build?
Yeah. It's good against Bristles by Carapace, and good against
top lane,
Enigma
we're gonna have a
Puck.
duel, possibly. Uh-oh, Flea is gonna have to stun if they want this, but oh, Sentry Ward goes down right then, and Corrosive Haze comes out, so vision for the rest of that ult. I guess Snake King just blinked in, and it felt like the stun was a little late. They didn't quite get it. Oh, blink forward on Yawar. They know he doesn't have ult up. Coil's gonna fly. He's gonna be running low on mana here. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get ulted up, graved as well, but you're probably just delaying the inevitable here. He's trying to run the other way. Perez picks it up with the Eidolons, and we're gonna try to chase down Stanley as well. Gets stunned by the Enigma, and he should just get right clicked by Abed.
Stanley.
Yep. Ooh, heal bomb. Hurts Abed a little bit, but not enough. And this feels like when Team Freedom should be doing stuff right when Black Hole's down, but they're keeping the pressure up with Abed's a little bit lower cooldown.
They know where Bulba is.
Just waiting for him. He's hiding in the trees, like his old teammate Jimmy used to do.
I like that DC is moving kind of as a unit. There's 2 ways to respond to this kind of 2, 3, 4 trying to set the pace. It's either you set a trap for them and maybe bait out a core and counter gank, or you go and kill their carry and defensive support. That's the other way to do it. That's what we did just now.
Top lane, DCMC might be in a little bit of trouble. Snaking to press the attack, but look, it's your Abed duel on the vet. This might just be to save CCNC. Laguna comes down. No, they
Nice
just
play
pick
by
it up.
CCNC.
Nice turn on. Oh, Coil again. Does he have press the attack up? I don't believe he does. Carapace possibly is gonna go for the stun. Abed's in a lot of trouble. Nice dodge, though.
He went for mana burn first.
No, not right. So Flea's going to miss that opportunity, and DC will continue to run a train right through Freedom now, and even possibly get the grab onto Flea. Stanking nearby, can't really get close enough. If he can get down, now, no, not going to be happening. Oh, so unfortunate.
You don't want to TP as Medusa to your level tier 2, level tier 2 tower, yeah, and then your TP is on cooldown and you can't help your teammates. I mean, you can just walk there with phase boost.
Yep. And they're just doing a great job of abusing Bristleback having 0 cooldowns. Enigma has that high one, but Bristleback doesn't, and he can just run at you over and over again with, I mean, just forever. Double smoke spot up now by the Radiant. They want something to happen here.
Nice play there by CCNC though. He was running away as far as possible from Puck's banning rift and just used the Laguna Blade to secure the dual damage.
Dire's middle tower.
So, I mean, he has 40 dual damage. It's obviously not the greatest, but that's pretty good in this game. I feel they're losing by a little bit. And here we go, might see a duel coming up. It's gonna be Bulba. And oh, he tried to run. That was an instant kill, and that is now 50 damage up on him. Lena has bloodstone.
54, sir.
Oh, he had
Was
level 2.
level 2.
Nice.
Dire's bottom tower.
Never know.
And yeah, that bloodstone you were just talking about there on CCNC also complete. So there is a little bit of a pushback here from Freedom.
It's a little late though, right? Because usually he has the Yules plus the bloodstone almost at the like 22-minute mark, but he just doesn't have a Yules this time.
Yeah, for him, because there was not that much action.
Yeah.
And he was pressured on a mid lane from that Puck with Crystal Maiden Aura.
Yeah.
And that duel feels a little risky because it feels like they shouldn't be able to escape alive from that. In a sense, like you have the Shrine there and the Tier 1 still up.
They might have just been able to like, because they knew they were gonna blow him so quick, they could just keep you out if they really wanted, I guess.
And also, like, these outer towers are all still standing for Digital Chaos. This is pretty important because it reduces the range at which you can send those 3 to combo and look for pickoffs. The help comes a lot sooner, like near the tower itself, obviously, like easier to defend with vision and TPs. So that feels like it really restricts things, and that's what's been causing some of the overextends, I think, from Team Freedom.
Yeah.
So they've lost a couple towers already. That makes it harder for them to get reinforcements when these smaller fights turn into bigger ones.
Oh, Legion is running on bottom. They have info where Enigma is. But, I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. Radiant using a scan to see if anyone is behind them. Yeah, forever.
No, so he's gonna farm that up though.
Well, when you see, they should not use scan there because you know something is up as an enemy team. Either they're smoked or they're threatened that you're smoked. You know you're not smoked, so there it is. They want to do an action.
They don't have any vision on this gank. They don't even have to smoke. There's just no vision. Perev's gonna break down all the trees. Snake King's gonna try to run away. Oh, nice! He gets the Carapace off on the coil. That might end up saving Snake King and Flea with that heads up play.
Flea walking through the orb with the Carapace.
That was nice.
That was cool.
Save Snake King. Snake King got a lot of farm. He got like 3 sets of Eidolons plus like 4 waves.
Dire's
Didn't even
top
die.
tower is under attack.
That was a heavy gank to avoid. Yawar gets a little bit of time to poke at the mid tier 1, but DC have been really good at rotating all the way back and just being there for a lot of these towers.
Oh, and Abed with an Arcane Rune. They might want to, I mean, they have Enigma hole up. Arcane Rune Puck's actually insane with how much damage she can output.
He's actually skipping the Yule Scepter build
Which is,
on Lena.
we haven't seen that in a while. Uh-oh, Dubu, Fereb, both getting scout out. They pinged out Snake King.
That hard stun to land.
Top tower
Shows
is
there,
under
can't
attack.
quite get the reach onto Crystal Maiden. Snake King would have been ready for a follow-up play, but the opportunity is now gone.
I like Fereb. You saw him kind of look back because they had almost 3 heroes there. Like, juked back when he saw those 2 heroes a little bit clumped up, but Flea's been pretty on point. He might have just Carapaced the whole off.
Well, if he goes for Shadowblade right now, it might be good. He can continue the split push, and he has a good kill potential still on Maiden, on Slardar, and on Puck before he gets Liquid Sphere up. He can still swap the Yules after Shadowblade. He almost has it though.
Here we go. They're going to try to finally get that first tower. It doesn't look like Dire's too worried about losing this tower. Zer's gonna let it go, and Yawar, okay, well he has the Midas Dragonlance. Going Scotty next, I guess he just wants a ton of survivability, be able to get off his ultimate and really just tank up. He's their
Dire's middle
frontliner.
tower is under attack.
BKB very, very close on Enigma now. That could very well be the next fight. Could be Roche too if they really want, maybe. Because Bristle can almost solo Roche with a Solar Crest. And then you just have the Black Hole standing in the back.
Stan King has been just chilling here. Hello?
Hello? Wait, what?
Test?
That was odd.
Pause the game. Is he here?
That was like, he didn't even run back down his hill. He was like running left over to the shrine. That was super weird. Like, if they had a lane ward, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's odd.
Lina was in Shadowblade.
Yeah,
Maybe they were trying to bait it, but
that was odd. And BKB is up on Nigma. He's going to pick it up. Flea, almost level 12. I mean, obviously, the ulti is not. It gives Nyx like solo kill potential, I guess, like you said, on 2 heroes with it. Maybe the Crystal Maiden, maybe Bulba, but it's just nice. At least your Nyx is finding levels.
yeah, with the Midas,
Yeah.
he's gonna get a lot of levels. And we go back to that level 15 talent tree on Nyx Assassin, plus 50 impale damage. The shittiest one in the game ever made.
Oh, and here we go, smoking. Oh no. And look at Stan King. Oh, he was about to just go back to the lane. He's like, hey guys, well, what's up? But it might be Yawar. Maybe they wanted Stan King. He needs to be so quick on his ultimate if he pushes.
Okay. The snakes will be revealed.
They
Will
have to
that...
know.
Yeah, will that force DC into the trees, or are they going to go elsewhere? I mean, there's a push also coming from Flea through the top lane. Looks like Abud's going to be heading that direction. While the others go inside the pit and get that party started.
That's what I said. I mean, all you really need is a Bristle with a Solar Crest, and I mean, Grab can stand inside, outside. He'll just BKB, cast ult if needed. And Corrosive Haze is really, really good. Oh, you might know Roach sucks if they do that. Maybe they knew they were doing it anyways.
Not going to be able to do anything about it, but add some side pressure instead. CCNC is going to work here on the bottom tier 2, but Forev has moved in, and there's the black hole. It's going to get pulled out.
They don't have vision.
All solo. Do they have the vision for CCNC, or has he just simply shadow-bladed away from the trouble? See you later, nerds.
Wow, that was bad.
What a nerds, huh?
Yeah, wow, that feels so bad as an Enigma. Like, you got off your full... You almost solo killed him while he was shadow-bladed.
You had a Crystal Maiden TPing on the tier 3 tower. If Bulba TP there, just to provide a vision, I don't know if he had a TP. There is Dust of Appearance plus 1 more sentry.
Or if they go to the shrine and go for the cutoff.
Yeah.
What's ironic is they've done a good job of having vision for the Nyx Assassin, but the Lina gets the Shadowblade and just gets out of the
Plus he
black
wasted
hole
1
scot-free.
second of a BKB on
Yep.
Enigma.
Which is actually like... And sometimes it's like, ah, whatever. Late game, it's going to be 5, but when you have a Nyx on the other team, that BKB is really important. No hold. They know this time they have a dust up. They're going to go in. Press the attack.
Yawar!
Ulti from Yawar. They're going to try to go in. Will Bulba, he's running away. The duel comes on the Bristle. He is getting melted. Jack, you were right. They won the duel. He did have Aegis this time, though.
They
But
should just
still.
run away as fast as they can.
Oh, but they want to save everyone. No man left behind. Bulba's here. Oh, Flea actually stops him from bleeding, though. Whiffs it. Takes a ton of damage. Do they have enough? Sun's going to fly out. This Bristle's going so hard right now. Now they're all coiled up, but Abed a little bit nervous. Oh, big
nice ult
ulti,
from the
too,
trees.
behind. And Yawar's in a little bit of trouble. Everyone's taking a ton of damage on both teams, but Snake King brings down Forev. Snake King goes down to Dubu. And now Forev's
gonna
killing
wipe them.
Yawar, Stan King, and do they have vision on CCNC? Doesn't have Shadowblade for 10. He might just have to suicide.
Stun on yourself. Try to stun the Sparta.
Yeah, I think that's
Nice
what he's
making,
trying to do. Yeah, suicide.
5-man takedown from Digital Chaos. Certainly the Aegis being a big factor there. They feel like they had to commit so much to get that Mason kill down.
They should just
Start out the fight.
sacrifice one, even
Sacrifice
2 heroes,
Snake King, I think.
and just run away.
Yeah.
They could turn around the fight if Nyx Assassin hit the Impale on Slardar, and
Yeah.
they just insta-kill them there.
But he did
It's
not.
hard to hit a stun on a Slardar who has a...
And
Case,
where they
pretty
fought
much.
too. Like Dubu, usually the slowest deer in the pack when his team is running, finds a nook in the trees where they don't have vision and gets off a great freezing field. And then one of the things about the DC lineup with the Slardar is, and especially even with the Bristleback and the slows, this is a lineup that you do not run away from. Like if you've been routed in a fight, they will clean up the stragglers with the Slardar as long as the Slardar is alive.
Even Enigma was
They have a lot of catch,
yeah.
yeah. So if you're gonna take that kind of big set piece fight.
Uh-oh. Hello.
I love how you said that's good positioning for CM and the ultimate, then Enigma casts Midnight Pulse and destroys all the trees.
Yep. Oh, and dude, Snake King, this is the most farm I've seen. Even like when MSS was playing it, I don't think he had this much farm by 40 minutes. He has a Blink, Blade Mill, Shadow Blade flying out now. Or did he? No, he has Shadow Blade, yeah. He's very farm. Look at the, even after that 5-man team wipe, somehow Team Freedom is still up in farm.
I hope he doesn't go for Silver Edge on maybe later stages, but he needs a BKB.
Great.
I mean, you turn around Bristol anyway, you don't need to break him.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly true. Maybe later when you want to just reduce his damage done or something. You don't need it though for sure. And they have Black King Barb plus Blink plus Hole up. They need to be careful with the top tower. CC seems doing so good split pushing. He also has a whole Shivas.
Gem on Puck though, so it's gonna be hard. They have what 1, 2, 3 Invis heroes and no Team Freedom.
I'm looking forward to the game-turning Bloodstone.
Oh my goodness, he hit it. Will his son come up in time? He is the duel. Oh,
yeah, baby.
Huge play, but here we go. Here comes Fred. It's the black hole.
Oh
they're dead.
My goodness, Rev.
Such a good kill on the Puck, and then they're all just sitting there. Black hole's up.
Just couldn't resist that tasty fish wriggling on the end of the hook, and
looks so tasty. Take the gem out of Puck.
And another thing about not having Yules right is he had to use Laguna to blow up the Lincolns so they could get the duel. That kind of hurts. That actually kills the solo kill potential in the Puck, like you said now, because he doesn't have Yules unless he gets Force or something.
Yeah, they don't have any solo kill potential anymore, especially when the gem is up. Yep. Where is the gem?
Ooh, I love the S and Y onto the bristleback. Gives them a lot more killing potential just running at people instead of like a later, harder assault.
Hard running in from Mason onto Uwari. He hits so quick. Runs right back.
Needs a pike. A kite around.
Does Dan King have a solar crest, or am I see that? But now he's down. I thought I saw it. He almost does, which is huge. And there is a full Scotty up now. I mean, Yawar has been farming. He needs to get some damage now, though. He's going Manta. Okay. It's not the biggest damage. I'm not the biggest fan, but a lot of stuff he can get out of.
Still got 70 seconds to work without this black hole, so the urgency from Freedom might begin to show here a bit to try to at least pressure, eliminate some tier 2s, and just get some more money happening their way. But for Rev, hiding under that invis, drops down the Midnight Pulse, quickly blinks the other way, snaking, making pursuit up to the high ground here. Look at this. Looking to walk in for the duel straight up. Oh, but the Lincolns! And it pops out the duel. He's not going to be able to get it. They turn it around, they drop the coil, they're able to get off the grave, but it's only going to be delaying the inevitable demise of snaking there. A follow-up stun also going to be there onto Yawar. Mason runs on forward, and this is Team Freedom's game, crumbling away from him, it would appear. Two mighty cores going down. The donkey gets hit, flying back up to heaven, and not even Stan King is going to be saved.
Slowly falling apart from Team Freedom that saved from Lincoln Sphere. And now they have a black hole ready.
And it's all because Snake King blinked up to the high ground, so he couldn't blink in before the Lincolns, and he just had to run at them. That is a crumble and a half from Freedom.
Bottom lane, chance to even catch CC&C, who's trying to split push, will also be tagged. He's going to try to at least turn around and get Bulba, but nope, not even going to be granted that.
Tower goes down. They're just going to push the base, huh? They can. Will Lina buy back here? Uh-oh, doesn't have Carapace up now. He could be in trouble. He's going to have to pop the Shrine for sure. He's dead.
Oh my god.
Mason does so much now.
Yeah.
My
goodness, we could be heading into a situation where DC are simply one game away from suddenly qualifying for TI. Freedom were looking like the hot team here, but 2 games now. Things kind of crumbling apart a bit. And here we go. Hard move in with a freezing field. Snake King is going to be forced to be bailed out with the grave. Nice stun fall from Bulba, eating a lot of damage. But there's the black hole moving for Rev. Looking to end this game flat out, if possible. Stan King barely alive, trying to walk back and away. Yawar tries to fend them off a bit with the Stone Gaze. He tags the Shrine. The tier 3 does crumble.
And now we see why this hero got first banned last game. This Enigma is just pretty much almost the sole reason they're owning this game.
I don't feel any influence of Javar in both of these games, especially in this one on Medusa.
Yeah, the one time they got like that nice combo us was just on an Aegis.
It's kind of the limitations of a skill in some ways.
They're gonna try to get in front to Laguna. This should be a kill.
It's taking a lot. He's got his back now. It seems like it's gonna be so much, and he moves so freaking fast. He actually turns. Okay.
Lee gets him with the level 4 Carapace.
1.2k gold.
Got him with the mana burn.
Did he? I thought it,
no, he killed him with Carapace.
Well, an Aghanims on Nyx will definitely slow down base pushes, but you're still gonna get a black gold.
Yeah, this is a difficult team to push into as long as their heroes are alive. I think they've overextended a little bit. Like some of these catches, obviously the one top that led to the black hole, and DC has done a good job of answering that, kind of seeing like how they want to play this with their three heroes looking for pickoffs. So credit DC a lot for that. I also like Mason's item build this game. I think it's been a really smart choice not to build super tank, as you see from some bristlebacks, but he's got move speed and more attack damage. And so he's more of a threat to dish out the physical damage because no one else on the team really is able to do that, especially with the amp, the corrosive haze, and the minus armor. So
yeah,
gotta credit him.
Oh my, he has an Octarine if he wants to buy it on the Enigma. This guy is jacked.
Yeah, he's swole.
My man is just working out the gym 24/7. Occasionally comes to leg day.
Sometimes.
When his black hole's up.
Yeah, I mean, but if you really look at his legs, this guy doesn't really have any.
That's gotta be arm day. What you think?
He goes
You're
double
right.
arm day.
Jack, don't make me look dumb. I do that enough myself.
He skips legs, man. He doesn't have legs.
Oh wow, Puck gets a Shivas. There's getting more and more team fight. I mean, Lena almost had Shivas. Maybe she does now, but she might be saving buyback. No, she hasn't. No buyback.
Here comes a move from DC. Smoke up. And knowing that to take a decent fight, Roche is also going to be
Wait, that didn't
there waiting
scout
for him.
it out. I think they're like, wait, that didn't scout out. Roche could still be able. We should go check, but they don't even care about it, I guess. Oh, they're gonna go kill the shrine since they took that tier 3 middle. Smart play before pushing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now they're gonna go into Roche. What does Radiant do here? You can't really fight it, right? But you almost have to. That's how
Oh,
it feels like.
Flea may
You
spot.
can if you manage to pick people off at the edges of the fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Might be what it looks like they're trying to do.
Oh, they don't have the gem because Puck's not there. Oh, but did they give it to someone else?
Being to a shrine.
Sentry up here on the high ground, spots CC&C running across. Unfortunately for him, not the right place at the right time.
Such a nice center, right? Because like I'm sure he's like, oh, he saw Puck go top for
Yeah.
He's like, oh, the gem's up there. They're not gonna see me, and just having that sentry. So that was a really nice play by DC.
Now they give Mason the Aegis, and he could just be the siege unit, the battering ram, if you will, to push into high ground.
It is looking real bad for Team Freedom here. And now, yeah, when Yasha, he's gonna have to go for MKB. He needs damage. That's the problem with Medusa. Like, you build her tanky, okay, you're sitting there tanking a ton of damage, but you don't do anything.
And you still have to worry about Forev, Black Hole, BKB. Now with an Octarine
Medusa
core.
has a Scotty's 2.3k HP. With Midnight Pulse, she just melts because of how much HP she has, and it burns so much of her mana pool.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like we said, that's why Enigma was more than likely first banned in that first game, and they gave it away this time.
And Bristle also went for 50 attack speed. He burned
Radiant's
hit
top
like a
tower
truck
has
builder.
fallen.
Yeah,
build.
it really does.
The armor reduction they get from the snot and the goo and the corrosive haze and the assault is formidable.
I think he 2 or 3 shot Stand King.
I like that. It wasn't he hits like a truck. He hits like a truck builder. That's a real hitter.
I mean, it felt like he like 4-shotted Lena, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take him long to get those swings out either. So.
It's crazy. Legion has more damage than like any other Legion we've seen before, but I mean, who cares? I guess. I mean, DC doesn't care. It's not that much
It's because
damage.
for them to take a successful fight, he has to duel someone else. Like it feels like he has to duel like the Enigma or the Puck.
Oh, but a possible go around. They actually saw CCNC going up that way. Black Hole solo. I mean, they can do that. They know he's I don't believe he has buyback. Gets suicide, but no buyback. Probably going to be another Rax if they just push top. But Flea's trying to push it out. He can't. Oh, they'll just go through middle. I mean, they have a Bristle. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Bristol with an extra life. This could lead to the beginning of the end here for game number 2 in Freedom, unless they have some sort of seriously sharp answer. And I don't know if Yawar is that answer. They may not have a black hole though, but they just really have no means of stopping Mason.
Yeah. Oh, they're not even gonna. They're gonna stay. They have the Aegis.
Yavar should just buy that MKB right away.
Yeah, I don't
That
think.
there's no point in saving the money for any buyback. You're not gonna do it.
Jump in, coil on the 2. Mason
please.
already very low.
Oh, that Glimmer Cave finally gets his ult off. That Shrine is pop, which is going to help. Can they at least bring the Aegis and then get out of there? Reset?
They're trying.
They're
They
going to
got
get the
that Aegis
melee
down.
racks, but I think you just let that go at this point.
I think it's too late for him, KB. I think it's rapier time.
Are you insane?
I mean, what do you have to lose? If you die, the game's over anyway.
Yeah, you can't win if you just lost, right?
It's true. It's a fair
You
point.
can't fight if you're dead. You can't worry about the rapier.
Uh-oh, and here he is. He gets the black hole
another
off. This
one.
time it's going to be onto the Medusa. Nice stun coming out on the backside from Flea. They're going to try to. Duel comes out. They're going to be able to bring down Dubu. Grave is onto him, but Snake King drops so quickly. And look at Mason hasn't taken any damage. He's one-shotting everyone. He's just running around like a crazy man. Rev's in a little bit of trouble here, though. A lot of buybacks coming from the Radiant side. 30 health regen, level
Look at
25.
Mason's moves. He looks like a berserk Viking. Look at him. Look at him go.
Yes.
So fast.
I mean, can they do this? Bulba's coming in. Did even Amanda stun? I don't think he did.
They should be careful still.
They really want that kill, but I think it's smart they didn't go.
It cost him so much to be able to stop that.
And like we said with Yuar,
This will do.
Yuar bought back, right? He did die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. Now he just falls like 2,000 gold behind, and he can't even farm right now as before because of that reduction in gold.
I think it's YOLO rapier time. If you're
I don't think they're.
He
that
had it
big
queued
of a hurry.
briefly. He had it queued briefly and changed it right back to MKB.
I mean, they realize they have a Nyx Ags. They've lost one set of racks, but where does Bristle go from here? Like, Bristle is at max capacity. They're fine. Like, okay, we almost kind of want to fight. We had to use buybacks, but if we get one good defense, we could turn this around. I think they're still in this game. They just can't do anything.
Well, the problem is you saw he solo black holed Lena. Then when they came to push the base, the black hole was ready once again. It's a
Octarine.
100-second cooldown.
back
with,
again.
Octarine, and he's gonna farm that refresher pretty soon.
Yeah, perhaps just so. Own the lane phase, own middle with his good holes. Never really got ganked and just farmed a lot. Puck now has that.
Your shoutouts to do you give shoutouts to S4 maybe OG for this
For this build,
build
Yeah.
for this Enigma?
Yep.
His responsibility from DAC.
actually Enigma is from Uranus.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Is that what he
black
spawns
hole.
there? Giant Uranus black hole.
Could be taken through the portal. Uh-oh, top lane, somebody's doing something. It's actually, like, I was like, I thought he was dueling somebody, but then he's just dying because there's 4 dire heroes. And that was that thing I said, if you're Team Freedom, you have good uphill defense, but you just can't do anything. And Snake King tried to do something.
And unfortunately, that means that Snake King is not going to be here for what could be the final defensive team. Freedom.
And he bought back, so he's...
They've
yeah.
done a lot of somethings this game, but it has frequently ended with them dying in response.
Let's see what they can do. Stun, face first, Laguna, Black Hole does not manage to catch Francis, so he's going to get hit. The Stone Gates will cancel it out. Blakebee's pop, but they're still doing decent damage. CCNC barely holding onto his life with the help of the Grave from Stan King, but then he gets dropped. Stan King will be next, and this seems to be all on Yawar. Yawar and Flea, the only survivors here, but it looks like not for long. They are surrounded by 4, and Bulba is alone zoning back Flea, and that's going to be the game. Game number 2 also will belong to Digital Chaos, and they are now 1 win away from being invited to TI.
I think if Snake King was alive that fight, that was the perfect ulti from Yawar. If they had a little bit extra damage, maybe, they could have done some, but also DC might not